Driving near her home in Florida, Rosemarie Richter felt something was very wrong, her breath shortening, her vision becoming dim. She called her husband.
He said, "Do you want me to come get you?"
She didn't want to ride, but minutes later, she barely made it through the doors of a carpet store in front of bewildered workers.
I could see them through a fog. And I said, "Please call 911, I can't breathe." And I was gone.
Her heart stopped. Rosemarie says that's where the journey began.
I went up. It was very, very, very dark. There was no stars, and I don't know if there was wind. That I cannot tell you. But before I became frightened, there was a tunnel there.
She wasn't walking, not floating. She says she was carried toward a place she says was real and heavenly.
I went through the tunnel like, and at the end of the tunnel was a light. And I followed that, I had no choice. Came out by the light. There was no sun. It was all in a golden, warm, loving light. I stood up, I was barefoot, I remember that. On my right was a great big tree.
She was in a body, though it was not her body. Something beyond comprehension, though everything was crystal clear and incredibly vivid.
It was full of leaves, flowers, and birds. And everything was so colorful. The colors were so bright. I remember thinking, it's a good thing I don't have my human eyes, because they would burn.
In that place, beautiful as it was, she says she knew it was just a waiting room.
And I knew there was another door on the other end, and if you go through that door, you don't come back. Don't ask me where I knew that from, but it was instinctively. And I wanted to go to that door. But first I wanted to play in the water. There was fish in there in all kinds of colors and stones. Everything was colorful.
Rosemarie says she has no idea how long she was in the water. A few seconds, longer, time did not exist. This world was new.
I have never been that peaceful and that content and felt so loved in my entire life. And all of a sudden I heard the voice in my head very softly. Rose, it's time to go back. And I said, "Oh, no, you don't." And then all of a sudden, the voice was a command. "Rose, you are back." The first thing I heard was a male nurse saying, "Mrs. Richter, don't move your left leg. You have a balloon in your heart." And I cried for about 2 days. I didn't want to come back.
In the years since, she has only spoken very little about her experience, but agreed to have her story published in a book and for the first time on television. Rosemarie Richter, though, says for as long as she is on this earth, she has one obligation.
The reason you couldn't go is because your time is not up. You still have more work to do. And then I was content because I know what my work is, and it's simply helping people.
Morgan Palmer, KLTV 7 News.